Hello, this is the follow-up video to the release video, the Q&A video, I'll call it, because you guys had really good questions. I knew you would. I knew that I would leave some details out that everyone was going to be like, wait, but what? And you did. You wait, but whatted me perfectly, but I got answers. I appreciate everyone watching the video. It's really cool. We've had all this stuff planned for 6 months. It's allowed us to be organized, to sell it to advertisers, and the advertisers are all in. So if you see someone sponsoring the Warehouse Games, they are making all this possible, which is awesome. And you guys are, obviously. So I thank you guys very much for the interest and the excitement. And you asked good questions, and I'm going to answer those questions and more so just let you know kind of everything that maybe I think you should know in a brief way. Now, this isn't going to have all the bells and whistles of Zach's video, which is awesome. But I do have my screen, and I'll let you in on some insight just using our master Google sheet that we use to organize everything and answer some questions. As you can see, this is our release section. So the warehouse intro, done. Q&A, coming up. Now, these dates aren't set in stone, so we just give you the months for now, and then we'll release the actual dates. But if you do want to see, it's very cool to see how much stuff's coming out between Captain's League, the franchise series, training sessions, all this stuff. The whole year is kind of booked. And again, if you pause and you look at these dates, they might not be exact, but they're pretty good. And then we have the record schedule over here when we're recording. So, or you can look at it monthly like that. Anyway, some good questions. The most prominent question is, in the Captain's League, when the team gets relegated, who will be the new captain? How it's going to work is all of the creators in the league will have a chance to be a captain. We are a creator-led media company, so our creators are our faces and voices and main people of the games, so they will get the chance to pitch to the remaining 3 captains why they should be a captain. And then the remaining 3 captains will get a vote. And what I think is going to happen is everyone gets a vote. The pool players get a vote and the 3 captains get a vote, but the 3 captains vote counts for 2. Pool players count for 1, and that would be the person. There might be some other reasons that someone gets it or not, but that's probably going to be the system. Is if you're a creator, you get the vote. And someone else said, could you introduce the pool players for Captain's League? I do not recognize all of them. Thought that was a good question. So I have the video here. And if you're not sure like what I mean by if you're a creator, you can be captain, because you may not know the ins and outs of Jomboy Media. So I will just go through the pool players. We have Big Baby David. He's been with us from the start, basically. He's the producer of Talking Baseball, Talking Yanks, Wakin' Jake, does a lot, back-end podcast, producing. We have Dalton Feely. Now, he's Nikki's good friend, so he's on the franchise series. He's also our researcher for Talking Baseball, for Jam Football. He does all of our research for all of our shows whenever they need research. Joe's McFly. He's a creator, so he could become a captain. Lou is Joe's friend from childhood. He does not work for us, but he's local, so he's in the Captain's League. Lucas Diversa, you've seen him on the Woogas in floorball. He's our data analyst at the company. He works underneath our finance team. My brother Luke is a sales person at the company. Neither of them are creators. They have, real 9-to-5 jobs with other bosses that aren't in my department. Justin Pennick, he is a creator, does Talking Giants, Jam Football, and appears on all of our personality-led stuff. Dan Rourke is an editor and producer. He does Baseball Today. He does all of JJTV editing. He did Sequence. He did David Cohn's show. Rourke's awesome. Ryan Cohen down here is a friend of the company, does not work for us. Big Padres fan, big following on Padres Twitter. Awesome guy. His first time appearing in Warehouse Games. Rob Sirocco, producer extraordinaire. Chris Rose show, did Baseball Today. He does Things You Missed. So he is a editor-producer. Zoe D'Amalia, he's a creator. Obviously, We Got Ice. And Dan Canobio is a creator as well. So you got Dan, Zoe, Panic, Joe's. They could be captains next season. Also, Nikki And we have another future announcement hire that he could be captain next year as well. So there you go. That's introducing you to everybody. Next up. Are the trades in Captain's League allowed to span into next year? Just curious. I'm going to stop you there because no, they cannot. I want to show you guys this draft board. This is no spoilers for you. It does tell you the order in which our picks are. We picked out of a hat. So these are the 4 sports we're playing. It says handball because we hadn't named it yet when we made this, slap ball. These are the 4 sports, and these are the picks. So you get to trade player for player and then picks in future drafts. So say you want to tank blitzball because you want to stock up on all the best floor ball, you would trade your blitzball picks to floor ball and stuff like that. So that's what it looks like. It's pretty cool. It's really fun. I'm glad you guys, from what you heard, are, the general response was pretty excited about it. It's awesome. Will there be a banners for the Captain's League winner? I'm not sure. I don't think there's going to be a banner. I think the banners were reserved for the franchise tournaments, but there will be something. We haven't decided that yet. What does the Warehouse Cup look like? So switching out of Captain's League into Warehouse Cup. I really want to get a trophy. I don't know how to do this. So I don't know if we have budget for this. I want to get a trophy, and then the cup part of the trophy is made out of the blue siding of the right side of the warehouse. I think that would look really cool if it was that. It was like extra parts of the wall and we formed a cup. If anyone has the skill to do that, let me know. No Nikki in Captain's League. No, unfortunately, Nikki is incredibly successful and starting all these new ventures that are working out really well for him. So he's going to be in the franchise series. He was going to be in the Captain's League. He was going to be the captain. Little secret fun tidbit. We have jerseys for his team. So if he is free and available next year, the cost-efficient move might just be have Nikki a captain since we already have jerseys. Maybe. Okay, good question by Dalton Outlaw here. Will they still be premiering at the same time, or will I have to plan earlier in the day so I can make sure and watch it? We may mess around with premiere times. We talked about this on Morning, me and Maddie, and if you ever want insight to the business and decisions like these, you can go check out Morning and ask questions there. We talk a lot about warehouse decisions. During the baseball season, we always did 6 o'clock so the East Coast baseball fans could watch their team play at 7. So we might Blitzball Battle 4 comes out in spring training, so we might move it back and do like 8 p.m. Eastern, which allows the West Coast people to watch it at 5. We haven't decided on this, but we have decided to think about changing up the release times. So that's what we've decided. Are there plans to erect a Guts-style elastic jungle in the warehouse as a twist or a tiebreaker for any of these leagues? That would be hilarious. No plans as of now. Probably a big budget thing. Will you still have the Challenger Series videos like the Savannah Bananas or Como MLW matchups? Those are always fun, but seem like a packed schedule already. The schedule is packed. The release schedule is packed, so I don't know if we're going to have these, but if they arise, we have the ability because we have the ability. I just don't know if we're going to. We want to. If they come up, and we will. We won't shy away from it. But right now, I think only one is on the schedule. Is there a set schedule for posting practice sessions and exhibition games and stuff like that? There's some training session videos, not full like broadcast tests. We do have like a website coming, and there might be a portion of the website that is behind a paywall where we can post all this stuff that we don't have room for anyway. Like we have all the broadcast sessions and all the tests, or maybe like you could even watch the broadcast test live when we're testing the internet. If you wanted to, we might do that down the line. Any chance to get the fans involved with the fantasy warehouse competition? I will say the rest of the office made a fantasy league for the Captain's League. So I don't know if we could share that with everyone else. I don't know how we could facilitate this. Again, it might need a website or a deal with another company that has it, because we have all the stats, but not available to you guys yet, but we will. So I'm not sure. It would be awesome. I would love to figure out a way to do that. Osmo's going to die. My camera's going to die. Darren Sammy return. Unfortunately, Darren Sammy will not be returning. He's the coach of the West Indies cricket team, and he's coaching in the Pakistan Super League, so he's unavailable when we're filming. We have a replacement from Australia. Rose always has someone with a booth, and our first woman that's going to be up in the booth. Really funny. I'm really excited about that. You guys will find out who when we get there. Otherwise, you can just guess. This was a long one. Basically, they said you have a lot of talented ladies working for you in the last floorball tournament, and will there be more? And only Sam and Courtney Kobus from last floorball work for us. Like, the rest were guests that we got invited for a 4-day like summer camp filming session. So we can't have everywhere. They'd be everywhere. We do want to have more female players in different sports. We just want to make sure that they're like up for it, because like blitzball is a very intense environment, and don't want to make anyone out of their comfort zone. So you'd probably want to find D1 softball players that can throw and pitch and hit and all that. And then you got to find enough. Like, floorball is very tough to fill that, and we try very hard. Basically, open invite, tweet about it all the time. Come out, and it's hard to fill. But yeah, we'd love to fill it. Oh, it's really going to die. I'm going to hit pause. Okay, I've switched to my iPhone now. So if it looks different, that's why. Did you take the Woogas away from your brother? Second, this sounds ridiculous and incredible. Can't wait. Maybe we took the Woogas away from my brother. No, we didn't. When we, and by the way, this hat was a original baggage hat for Blitzball Battle 3, but Jake and I both didn't like it because it looks like Tom Brady, TB, so we never wore it. So I just grabbed it in the office. It was extra. So there you go. Never worn before hat. When we created the Woogas, what happened? It was floorball, and Pinstripe Strong couldn't play because they were both out of town, and we thought and Forgotten Rotten couldn't play because Trev was out of town, and we needed a 6-team, a 5-team tournament. Like, it made no sense, and we wanted all the teams to be our teams, not outside names. We want everything to be in-house. It's so hard to get people to come, to pay for flights. I mean, the franchise here is so expensive that we wanted to, like, let's make sure the company owns the name and the IP and all this. We created it, our logos, our names. It's kind of important to have that, and makes things much easier. So we created a new franchise. We had a vote internally for like the Woogas. Oh shit, what were the other names? I forget what the other names were. Maybe I can find that. And the Woogas won out as the team name. And then I told Luke and Lucas that they could play on it because they were on the JM office, but they were going to be like placeholder players because I already knew I was going to invite Norp to be the face of it next season when we did the Cup, and Rourke was going to be his second. I already knew that. So I didn't really take it away from him. He knew at the time what was happening. Speaking of, I wanted to go in and show you guys this, which you might find easy. Some people didn't know like who's on what team for the franchise series and how it works. So these are the mainstays, right? Baggage is always me and Jake are going to be on there. Ice is going to be Jack and Zoe. Love You is Nikki and Dalt. Del Caribe, Joe's and Lou. Hookline Sinkers is going to be Canobio and Drew for Blitzball, and then Jolly for Ball and Play and Floorball. McFlurry Power is going to be K-Mac and Stoner. I don't believe Stoner is going to play floorball because we're trying to get the same 4 to return for McFlurry. Forgotten Rotten will be Trevor, and Marsh played with him, his brother, in Blitzball Battle 4, and then Shelfie will be with him the rest of the way. Norp and Rourke for the Woogas. So like those are the main ones that we think about. And then when we go to Ball and Play, Jolly is a hook, line, sinker. And then everyone's going to get an MLC player. We have 8 already committed. And then in-house guests / in-house. We have like 3 cricket creators that have like, cricket followings on YouTube, do their own stuff, and then fill the rest in with Luke and Rob, BBD, players like that. Floorball is basically the same, So these are the mainstays. They are tied to those franchises. And this only difference is I don't want any of the guest or in-house players to play for 2 different franchises within one Cup season. So my brother Luke played with Baggage for Ball and Play, but then he played Woogas for Floorball. I don't want that to happen. So I don't know where he's going to play. If he's Baggage for both events or Woogas for both events, we'll have to see. But that breaks it down a little. And then also, because we're doing the Warehouse Cup, what we didn't like was there wasn't a lot of matchups. Or sometimes it would be like, hey, Baggage hasn't played Forgotten Rotten in forever because it just never happened. So what we did is we treated the 4 tournaments like one season. So you're going to see each team play each team in the regular season. So, Baggage plays Forgotten Rotten in the regular season of Blitzball Battle 4. Then we play McFlurry Power. Blitzball Battle 5, we're going to play Hook, Line, Sinkers. And then We Got Ice. Floorball, we're going to play Forgotten Rotten again. So that's our 1 double. And Love Yas and Ball and Play, we're going to play Woogas and Del Caribbean in the regular season. So that's fun because you're going to see every team face up against every team, and it's already picked. We just did it out of a hat or something. Or I went to a schedule maker and did it. All right, let's see how many more questions we have. 3 more. Are you ever going to see the 1-inning league again? Yes. The Battle Royale we plan on releasing after Christmas this year, so a while away, is we're planning on that being 1-inning league-esque. Where do you guys get/make all of your jerseys? Our design team, Matt, Blake, Sarah, if she helps. Matt and Blake have been doing it for a while. They make all the logos and all the jerseys, and they're awesome. You can buy them. Question, who came first, McFlurry Power or Steve Dangle? Just because McFlurry is a team doesn't mean we should anticipate him playing again, correct? Just because McFlurry is a team doesn't mean we should anticipate him playing again. Steve or... Oh, love to get Steve back on McFlurry next year. Would love to. Sam's in charge of booking all our guests. But yeah, I think if he's available, he's going to get the invite. So there you go. That's follow. I hope that clears up some stuff for you. Answers some questions. Bowl and Play Captain's League coming up soon. I hope you guys like Captain's League. Share with your friends. Get into it. Share the behind the scenes with your friends, because if it does well and you guys really like it and new viewers really like it, I could put more budget into it next year and we could really reality show-ify it, because like for 3 days or like a week before the draft, everyone in the office says, who do you think he's going to take number 1? Well, if he takes him, I'm going to take him. Well, would you trade for this? Well, I'm looking to trade here. And there's all this like scuttlebutt. And if we have more budget and can get more editing time and more film time, I would film it like a reality show and add another episode. But we're in tight budgets this year, which is good because, like I said, it's very expensive to put all this stuff together. Like, 40-man crews and flying people in and paying for food and all that shit. So I need for Captain's League, it's like that's our lower budget league. That was why it was designed. I would love to put some budget and really show you guys how fun and stupid the draft and the trades and all that is. So if you enjoyed Captain's League, please share it with someone that you think will enjoy it. Thanks for watching. See you later. Oh, one more thing. I almost forgot. Here's some footage from our broadcast test of slap ball. The teams are not real. We hadn't done the draft yet. Just wanted to let you know what it looks like because I saw some people guessing, and I don't want your imaginations getting way cooler than what it actually is. It's like a version of handball. It's pretty cool, though. So here's 2 clips of slap ball with no context, just so you get a little glimpse of what it is. See you later.
Zoe walks it up, number 77, passes it to BBD, who drives, and jam.
Okay, what's happening is the Goodfellas don't play defense. They just stand in a spot they think is good and have no awareness of who's around them or what's happening.
We're clicking like orcas.
I mean, how do you not follow Rob to the corner?
There's 3 players wide open.
I mean, this
The
is just
zone
beautiful.
is not working.
This is like 2008 men's USA team.
Wow. Doyle.
I need you to stand back. Where are you from?
Canobio, turn on the Jets. It doesn't pay off.
Thank you.
So if Zoe has the ball at the top, he's not a threat to really throw. I think you have to, and he is. Holy shit. What a call from Doyle. Let's take a replay of that.
And the team morale on the Goodfellas you have to be worried about.
Oh
and no
my
one's
God.
on him. No one's on him.
Panic's angle's a little blocked from Jolly. Like Jack used the line of sight there pretty well. It also happened so fast.
Yeah, I should have moved.